Hold up, wait a minute, was he always standing, or am I not seeing correctly? Well, that's this video's highlight, as a fresh feud has erupted between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, stemming from the controversial 2020 incident. Megan is now confronting Tory, exposing more than just their past issues. Adding an unexpected twist, Tory's height has become a focal point in this unfolding drama. But I've got to ask, why is his height important? Tory Lanez's height has become a surprising topic of conversation amidst the legal turmoil surrounding his involvement with Megan Thee Stallion. It was a sunny day in Los Angeles when Tory Lanez's life took an unexpected turn. On July 12, 2020, the Canadian rapper found himself at the center of a disturbing incident that would soon captivate the public's attention. Police were called to a Hollywood Hills home following reports of a disturbance. Witnesses claimed that an argument had erupted inside an SUV, and to everyone's shock, shots were fired into the air. Chaos ensued as the vehicle quickly fled the scene, leaving a trail of confusion and concern behind. By the time the police arrived, the SUV had vanished into thin air, but their determination led them to a surprising discovery. After an intense search, officers located the vehicle and were stunned to find both Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion inside. The unexpected presence of these two prominent figures only added fuel to the fire of speculation and intrigue. As the police conducted their investigation, they made a startling find. A concealed weapon was discovered during a thorough search of the vehicle. This discovery led to Tory Lanez's arrest on a felony charge of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle. The gravity of the situation was not lost on anyone involved, but little did they know that the public's attention would soon shift to a seemingly unrelated detail. Twitter, the breeding ground for viral trends and online discussions, quickly became a hub of activity following news of Tory Lanez's arrest. But it wasn't the charges or the circumstances surrounding the incident that caught the public's eye. It was Tory Lanez's height. According to the arrest report, Tory Lanez stands at a modest 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 120 pounds. This seemingly innocuous detail became the unexpected focal point of countless tweets, memes, and jokes. Social media users couldn't resist the opportunity to poke fun at Tory Lanez's stature. One user wrote, "Y'all laughing at Tory Lanez's height, but I'm over here dying at his first name. This name is Daystar." Daystar. Another chimed in, "Y'all want to Tory Lanez and he's 5'3"? I never want to hear y'all talk about height ever again." The jokes kept pouring in, with users comparing their own height to Tory Lanez's and finding solace in the fact that they weren't alone in their vertically challenged status. Memes and graphics flooded social media, emphasizing the contrast between Tory Lanez's reputation as a rapper and his relatively diminutive stature. The juxtaposition of his larger-than-life persona with his physical appearance became a source of amusement for many. It seemed as though the public couldn't resist the allure of turning a serious situation into a lighthearted spectacle. As the jokes continued to circulate, the faint sound of Ski Lo's "I Wish" could almost be heard in the background. The lyrics, "I wish I was a little bit taller, I wish I was a baller," seemed to perfectly capture the sentiment of those reveling in Tory Lanez's height-related predicament. But amidst the laughter and amusement, one question remained. Why was Tory Lanez's height so important in the Megan Thee Stallion case? To understand the fixation on Tory Lanez's height, we must delve into the psychology behind celebrity culture and the impact of physical appearance on public perception. Dr. Emily Thompson, a renowned psychologist, sheds light on this phenomenon. In our society, taller individuals are often perceived as more confident, authoritative, and successful. This perception stems from evolutionary psychology, where height was linked to physical strength and the ability to protect oneself and others. These deeply ingrained beliefs continue to influence our perceptions today, even in the realm of celebrity culture. Tall celebrities like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Chris Hemsworth, and Tom Cruise, who are often seen wearing lifts in their shoes, exemplify the societal preference for height. Their towering presence on screen and red carpets reinforces the idea that height equates to power and success. On the other hand, shorter celebrities have often faced challenges in the industry. They may be overlooked for certain roles or face criticism based on their height. This creates a narrative that height is a disadvantage in the pursuit of fame and fortune. However, it's important to note that there are successful, short celebrities who have defied these stereotypes. Actors like Tom Cruise, Kevin Hart, and Bruno Mars have achieved immense success and popularity, proving that talent and charisma can transcend physical attributes. But in the case of Tory Lanez, his height became a focal point due to the stark contrast between his stature and the larger-than-life image often associated with rappers. The public's fixation on his height reflects society's preoccupation with physical appearance and the desire to find humor in unexpected places. The jokes and memes surrounding Tory Lanez's height provided a temporary escape from the seriousness of the legal charges he faced. It allowed the public to distance themselves from the gravity of the situation and find solace in the absurdity of the height obsession. But now, let's just get back to business. 5'2". In a shocking turn of events, Tory Lanez's lawyer has raised an eyebrow-raising defense strategy in the ongoing trial regarding the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. The lawyer, George Megdessian, has boldly questioned the rapper's height, claiming that his client, who stands at 5'2", simply isn't tall enough to have been the gunman. Megdessian, in a bid to establish his client's innocence, has argued that Tory, standing at 5'2", is not tall enough to have been the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion during the alleged incident in July 2020. This unusual defense tactic adds a layer of humor to the courtroom proceedings, as Megdessian comically suggests that Tory's height could have hindered him from carrying out the alleged shooting. During his closing argument, Megdessian stated, "I don't even know if he can get over the door to shoot." This lighthearted moment aimed to inject doubt into the prosecution's case by challenging the physical feasibility of Tory Lanez being the assailant. However, it's essential to recognize that this argument about height serves a broader purpose beyond humor. Megdessian is attempting to create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury by emphasizing what he perceives as weaknesses and inconsistencies in Megan Thee Stallion's testimony. By bringing Tory's height into the narrative, the defense is seeking to cast doubt on the physical ability of the accused, implying that someone of Tory's stature might face challenges in carrying out the alleged act. In a legal context, the defense often explores various angles to challenge the prosecution's narrative and create uncertainty among the jurors. Megdessian, by focusing on Tory's height, aims to divert attention from the emotional aspects of the case and raise questions about the physical logistics of the alleged assault. It's worth noting that such tactics can be risky, as they rely on the ability to sway the jury's perception and introduce an element of doubt that could lead to an acquittal. Shooting trial. The Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting trial has captivated the public's attention with its shocking revelations and dramatic courtroom proceedings. In August 2020, Megan Thee Stallion, a rising star in the music industry, accused fellow rapper Tory Lanez of shooting her in the feet following a pool party at Kylie Jenner's house. What initially seemed like a shocking incident took a dramatic turn as the trial unfolded. After months of delays and anticipation, the trial began on December 5th, 2022. Megan, whose real name is Megan Pete, took the stand and gave her testimony under oath, providing a detailed account of the events that transpired on the fateful night. She revealed that the altercation between her and Lanez started when she mocked his musical talents. Frustrated, she demanded to be let out of the car, and that's when Lanez opened fire with a handgun, hitting her in the feet. The jury heard how Megan left a trail of blood at the scene, and minutes after the shooting, a friend messaged her security, pleading for help, stating, "Help, Tory shot Meg." Megan also disclosed that Lanez had offered her $1 million to keep quiet about what happened. Lanez's defense team attempted to challenge Megan's credibility by presenting alleged fabricated evidence, but her emotional testimony left no doubt about the impact the shooting had on her. The Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting trial divided fans and spilled over into the wider hip-hop world, with artists and celebrities taking sides. Outside the court during the trial, Lanez's supporters stood opposite crowds of fans carrying "We Stand with Megan" signs, highlighting the divisive nature of the case. Accusations of lying and manipulation have plagued Megan throughout the trial. Initially, she told the police that she had been hurt by stepping on broken glass, but later revealed on Instagram that Lanez had shot her. This inconsistency led to speculation and criticism from Lanez's supporters. However, Megan explained that she lied to the police at the time because she didn't want to get in more trouble. The case sparked a war of words between Megan and Lanez, with both artists releasing tracks that addressed the incident. In his song "Money Over Fallout," Lanez accused Megan of trying to frame him, while Megan responded with her track "Shots Fired," where she claimed to be speaking facts. The dispute spilled out into the wider hip-hop world, with artists like 50 Cent and Drake getting involved. Drake's collaboration with 21 Savage, titled "Circo Loco," drew criticism from Megan, as it appeared to reference the shooting case. Megan frequently defended herself on social media, highlighting the misogynoir she believed she was facing. She received support from fellow artists like JoJo and Kehlani and a group of prominent black women, including #MeToo founder Tarana Burke, who released an open letter backing Megan. Despite the guilty verdict, the case remains divisive. Australian rapper Iggy Azalea was one of 70 people who sent a letter to the judge in support of Lanez ahead of the sentencing hearing. The impact of the trial on both Megan and Lanez is profound, and it has shed light on the importance of believing in and supporting victims of violence. Were they dating? The relationship between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez has been a roller coaster of emotions, rumors, and legal complexities, particularly in the aftermath of the infamous shooting incident that occurred on July 11th, 2020. Before the dramatic events of July 2020, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were surrounded by speculation of a budding romance. Rumors swirled earlier in the year, and the two artists were even rumored to be dating. The speculations gained traction in April 2020, when Megan and Tory were spotted together, seemingly flouting lockdown rules amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite being captured making TikToks and enjoying each other's company, both parties remained tight-lipped about the nature of their relationship. Megan, known for her transparency, often affirmed her single status, while fans and critics alike observed their interactions with keen interest. The blurred lines of friendship and potential romantic involvement set the stage for a narrative that would later become entangled with legal repercussions. The night of July 11, 2020, marked a turning point in the relationship between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Megan and Tory and others attended a party at Kylie Jenner's house. The evening took a tragic turn when an argument erupted inside a vehicle, leading to shots being fired in the Hollywood Hills area. In the aftermath of the incident, Tory Lanez was charged with carrying a concealed weapon, and he was released on bail the same morning. Megan, however, sustained a foot injury and was taken to the hospital for treatment. The details of what transpired in that vehicle would later become the focal point of a highly publicized legal battle. Megan Thee Stallion took to Instagram Live to share her side of the story, accusing Tory Lanez of being the perpetrator. In a heartfelt and emotional revelation, she disclosed that she had been shot and directly pointed to Tory as the shooter. Graphic images of her injured foot accompanied her testimony, adding a visual dimension to the severity of the incident. On his album titled Daystar, released later, Tory Lanez countered Megan's accusations. In his lyrics, he accused Megan of attempting to frame him, referencing a supposed statement on an affidavit. The public discourse surrounding the shooting became a battleground of conflicting narratives, with both artists presenting their versions of the truth. In the legal arena, Tory Lanez pleaded not guilty in mid-November, addressing the charges related to the shooting incident. The court proceedings have since been marked by a series of developments, including the introduction of unique defense strategies, such as questioning Tory's height as a potential impediment to the alleged shooting. Megan Thee Stallion's role in the legal proceedings is essential, and her protective measures have been scrutinized. In an interview with Gayle King on CBS Morning, Megan revealed a text message from her friend Kelsey to her security guard stating, "Tory shot Meg." Megan explained that she initially told the police she had glass in her foot to protect everyone involved, expressing concern about the volatile nature of police interactions, especially in the aftermath of high-profile incidents like George Floyd's death. During her CBS Morning interview, Megan Thee Stallion provided insights into the nature of her relationship with Tory Lanez. While acknowledging that they were close friends, she explicitly denied having a sexual relationship with him. This clarification aimed to dispel speculations about the romantic aspect of their connection. Despite the turmoil and legal battles, Tory Lanez, in a surprising move, expressed that he still considered Megan a friend during an Instagram Live session. He emphasized that regardless of the legal implications and Megan's perspective, he viewed her as a friend and stressed his intention not to disrespect her. Understanding the dynamics of Megan and Tory's relationship is crucial when assessing the potential impact on the legal case. The revelation that they were close friends but not romantically involved adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. The nature of their bond, characterized by friendship and a shared experience of losing their parents, challenges assumptions about the motive behind the alleged shooting. The absence of a confirmed romantic relationship between Megan and Tory raises questions about the emotional context of the altercation that led to the shooting. If their connection was primarily rooted in friendship, the motivations behind the incident become a subject of scrutiny. Legal experts may analyze whether the shooting resulted from a dispute between friends, or if there were underlying factors that contributed to the escalation of tensions that night. Testimony. During the whole case, testimony of Megan Thee Stallion has captivated the world, shedding light on the treatment of black women in the music industry and the courage it takes to come forward. It all started nearly 2.5 years ago on that fateful night in the Hollywood Hills. Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, had just attended a pool party at Kylie Jenner's home. Little did she know that this night would forever change her life. As the party came to an end, Megan found herself in an SUV with Tory Lanez, a fellow musician and former friend. The atmosphere in the vehicle was tense, and an argument erupted between Megan and Lanez. Megan had invited Lanez to the party, but as the night progressed, she decided it was time to leave. Her hair had started to look disheveled, and her wig was slipping. However, Lanez didn't share the same sentiment. He had an attitude and didn't want to leave the party just yet. The tension between Megan and Lanez escalated as they exchanged heated words. Lanez allegedly called Megan and her then best friend Kelsey Harris derogatory names. The situation was spiraling out of control, and Megan felt the need to distance herself from the escalating conflict. Megan requested to be let out of the vehicle in Hollywood, hoping to escape the mounting tension. However, as she walked away, Lanez yelled, "Dance!" and everything changed in an instant. Megan turned her head to face Lanez, only to find him hanging partly out of the car with a gun pointed directly at her. The shock and fear that washed over her were indescribable. In that moment, Lanez pulled the trigger, and Megan was shot in the feet. The pain was immediate and overwhelming. Megan felt a mixture of shock and hurt as she looked down at her bleeding feet. The physical wounds were just the beginning of her ordeal. Despite the excruciating pain, Megan made the difficult decision to get back into the vehicle with Lanez and two other individuals. She was wearing a thong bikini and believed that her manager would know what to do if she could reach him. Little did she know that the events that followed would test her strength and resilience in unimaginable ways. Lanez's conduct after the shooting was nothing short of shocking. He started apologizing, but his actions didn't end there. In an attempt to silence Megan, Lanez offered her a staggering $1 million not to say anything about the incident. He claimed that he couldn't go to jail because he was already on probation, a statement that would later be refuted by his defense attorney. The vehicle was soon stopped by the police, who ordered all the occupants out. Megan's feet were still bleeding as she complied with their instructions. In that moment, she faced a difficult decision: to cooperate with the police or to remain silent, a choice that carried significant weight in the Black community, especially during a time of heightened police brutality following the death of George Floyd. Megan chose to tell the police that she had stepped on the glass when they began questioning her. She didn't want to see anybody else die, and cooperating with the police was not widely accepted in her community. The fear and distrust she felt were palpable. Megan was then taken by ambulance to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where doctors made a shocking discovery. They found bullet fragments in both of her feet, which required surgery to remove. As Megan would soon discover, the road to recovery would be long and challenging. The physical and emotional pain Megan endured was immense. She couldn't walk for a while and still experiences nerve damage. The side of her left foot is numb and the back of her feet are always sore. But through it all, Megan pushed through, showing incredible strength and resilience. The aftermath of the shooting played out largely online, sparking a conversation about the treatment and abuse of Black women in the music industry. Megan's decision to come forward as a person of color and speak out against Lanez was met with skepticism and judgment, but she remained steadfast in her truth, determined to shed light on the violence she experienced. In an op-ed published in the New York Times, Megan wrote about her experience as the victim of an act of violence by a man. She expressed her initial silence out of fear for herself and her friends, but the public's reaction only proved her fears to be warranted. The scrutiny and doubt she faced highlighted the need for change and the importance of believing survivors. Megan Thee Stallion's emotional testimony has not only captivated the world, but has also brought attention to the challenges faced by Black women in the music industry. Her courage in speaking out against her alleged assailant is commendable, and her story serves as a reminder of the strength and resilience of survivors. Verdict and sentencing. Fast forward to the trial, where the truth would be sought and justice would be served. The prosecution argued that Tory Lanez, in a fit of anger, fired the gun at Megan Thee Stallion's feet, endangering her life. They presented compelling evidence, including witness testimonies and forensic analysis, to support their claims. On the other side, the defense painted a different picture. They argued that Lanez was not the shooter and that there were inconsistencies in the testimonies of the witnesses. They also highlighted Lanez's charitable contributions and emphasized his troubled past, suggesting that he was not capable of such a violent act. After weeks of compelling arguments and emotional testimonies, it was time for the closing arguments. The prosecution urged the jury to hold Lanez accountable for his actions, emphasizing the need to protect victims and send a message that violence would not be tolerated. Finally, the moment arrived. The tension in the courtroom was palpable as the judge delivered the verdict. Tory Lanez was found guilty of 3 felonies related to the shooting: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Outside the courtroom, emotions ran high. Supporters of Megan Thee Stallion celebrated the verdict, while some of Lanez's fans expressed disbelief and disappointment. The verdict marked the end of a long and arduous legal battle, but it also raised important questions about accountability, gun violence, and the treatment of victims. The day after the verdict, the news sent shockwaves through the music industry and social media. The phrase 10 years trended within minutes of the announcement, reflecting the public's intense reaction to the sentencing. On social media, the verdict sparked a heated debate. While many celebrated the justice served, there was also a contingent of online commenters who claimed that Lanez was unjustly targeted by the justice system. The hashtag #FreeToryLanez emerged as a rallying cry for those expressing support for him. Industry insiders weighed in on the impact of the verdict. Some expressed relief that justice had been served, while others highlighted the broader implications for the music industry. The case brought attention to issues of violence, misogyny, and the treatment of Black women in the industry. Legal experts analyzed the verdict and its significance, significance. They emphasized the importance of holding individuals accountable for their actions, regardless of their celebrity status. The case served as a reminder that no one is above the law and that justice should be blind. Megan Thee Stallion's team released a statement expressing gratitude for the verdict and acknowledging the long road to justice. They emphasized the impact of the incident on Megan's life and career, highlighting her resilience and determination to move forward. On the other side, Lanez supporters voiced their disappointment with the verdict. They argued that he was railroaded by the justice system and that his contributions to the music industry should have been taken into account. The case ignited discussions about the intersection of artistry, personal life, and accountability. Music industry professionals reflected on the broader implications of the verdict. They discussed the need for a safer and more inclusive industry, where artists can thrive without fear of violence or mistreatment. The case served as a wake-up call for the industry to address issues of misogyny and the protection of artists. Fans of both Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion expressed their divided opinions. Some stood firmly behind Megan, applauding her courage and resilience. Others remained loyal to Lanez, questioning the fairness of the trial and expressing their continued support for his music. Activists seized the moment to highlight the broader societal issues at play. They emphasized the need for systemic change to address violence against women, particularly Black women, and the importance of believing in and supporting survivors. Tory Lanez is now serving his 10-year sentence in North Kern State Prison. Tory's denial and celebrity support. However, despite the verdict and the overwhelming evidence presented during the trial, Tory Lanez has steadfastly maintained his innocence. Just 2 days after the sentencing, he took to his Instagram account to release a statement claiming that he had been wrongfully convicted, captioning the post with the words, "Through good times and bad times, stay strong, I'll see you all soon." Tory began his statement by expressing his resilience in the face of adversity. He declared that he has never allowed hard times to intimidate him and that he will not let jail time eliminate him. It was a bold proclamation that set the tone for his impassioned defense. Tory went on to address the allegations directly, stating that he has always maintained his innocence and will continue to do so. He took responsibility for all verbal and intimate moments he shared with the parties involved, but made it clear that he was in no way, shape, or form apologizing for the charges he believes he was wrongfully convicted of. The rapper's statement then delved into his personal journey, highlighting the adversity he has faced throughout his life. He spoke of the times when it seemed like he would lose, only to emerge victorious. It was a testament to his resilience and determination to fight for what he believes is the truth. However, Tory's claims of innocence were met with skepticism, as the trial had presented compelling evidence that seemed to contradict his narrative. Prosecutors had introduced pieces of evidence showing Tory apologizing after being arrested, raising questions about his professed innocence. Additionally, a witness testified that he was firing everywhere, further challenging his version of events. Despite the doubts surrounding Tory's statement, a number of notable celebrities came forward to offer their support, writing letters to the judge in a bid to appeal the final verdict. These letters, which have garnered significant attention, shed light on the complex dynamics within the music industry and the loyalty that exists among its stars. One of the first celebrities to publicly defend Tory Lanez was controversial rapper Iggy Azalea. In her letter to the Honorable Judge Hereford, Iggy introduced herself as a successful musician who has sold over 65 million records. She vouched for Tory's character, stating that she had never witnessed him lose his temper or raise his voice at a woman. Iggy refused to believe that he would act maliciously, especially towards a woman. Iggy's letter took a personal turn as she revealed that she herself had been a victim of abuse. She made it clear that she would not write to the judge on behalf of an abuser, but firmly believed that Tory was not guilty of the charges brought against him. Her letter added another layer of complexity to the case, intertwining personal experiences with the larger narrative. R&B singer Mario also reached out to the judge, expressing his support for Tory Lanez. Mario stated that he has known Tory for a significant amount of time and has never seen him act out of character in a manner that would hurt someone. He offered his prayers for fairness in the treatment of Tory and his son, emphasizing the importance of a just outcome. Actor Mark John Jeffries, who has known Tory for nearly 7 years, penned a letter that provided insight into their relationship. Describing Tory as a calm, relaxed, respectful, and respectable individual, Mark acknowledged that people make bad decisions in life. While he did not know the intimate details of the incident at hand, he believed in the power of growth and the potential for redemption. The letters of support continued to pour in, with the judge reporting receiving over 70 letters in defense of Tory Lanez. These letters, from individuals within the industry who have worked closely with Tory or have personal connections to him, paint a picture of a man who is respected and admired by his peers. The celebrity support for Tory Lanez has sparked intense debate among fans and critics. Some argue that these letters should not overshadow the evidence presented during the trial, while others believe that they offer valuable insights into the character of the accused. The ongoing conversation surrounding this case highlights the complexities of separating the art from the artist and the blurred lines between personal and public public personas. As the story continues to unfold, the impact of Tory's denial and the celebrity support he has received cannot be ignored. The case has become a microcosm of larger societal issues, raising questions about accountability, justice, and the power dynamics within the music industry. This was all about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case and everything about it. Thank you for staying with us. If you enjoy our content, our newest videos are just a click away.